is Shahira. Today my group and I are gonna present our topic, which is malls facing meltdown as gluts continue. Based on the article that we see from the Malay Mail, we can say that the country's obsession continues with building more shopping space despite chronic oversupply. With that, gluts continue as many of the shopping malls like the 5 premium malls in the Kuala Lumpur area, which is Sultan Pyramid, One Utama, Surya KLCC, Pavilion and also Mid Valley, which they were facing problems in retail sector as it was slowly aging towards crisis, exacerbated by the shift towards e-commerce. For that, what we're going to talk about is what is glut. Glut is known as oversupply, which happens is too much of something, or we can say as supply of something exceeds demands. In markets, glut can be happen is substantial fall in price as supply of goods far exceeds its demand. And lastly, in economics, a glut is an oversupply, an overproduction or excess of supply over demand. For that, there are 5 factors that affect gluts, which is government policy, consumer income and GDP, trend and taste that changes in business landscape, urbanization and development, and lastly, lack of entertainment. For now, I'm going to pass to one of my members.
One of the factors that caused in this issue is government policy. So based on the article, we have found a problem which is country obsession with building more shopping mall space despite chronic oversupply. So Financial Times also say that 18.3% of 1,000 respondents in the survey has planned to make fewer trips to shopping mall in next 12 months. Nowadays, a lot of people have switched from shopping mall to e-shopping. E-shopping not only bring people advantage but also disadvantage. The advantage for the e-shopping is fewer expenses, more comfortable and convenience, and the more variety. So the disadvantage is people need to pay for the postage of the commodity, and maybe it will cost of late in delivery. And the last is the lack of touch to the product and feel machinery. So I have made 3 solutions to solve this problem. The first is government should build shopping mall depends on the population in every area. For example, population in Labuan was less, so government should build less shopping mall in Labuan. The most important is make sure the shopping mall is not empty. It must be a lot of customers and the shop has been operated. So the second solution is government should decide either to change the quantity of goods in supply or the price of goods in demand. So the third solution is government can add on taxes on postage fees so that the commodity being bought through e-shopping will be more expensive than commodity being bought in shopping mall. Therefore, customer will decide to switch back to shopping mall. When government policy being used, all the solutions in the above just now will bring the effect to the demand curve. For example, if government reduce the price of goods in demand, customer will be willing to buy more, means they will demand more. So the curve in here, DD0, will shift to the right to DD1. Therefore, the price will grow up and the quantity will also grow up. That's all for my point. Thank you.
Trend and taste is also one of the factors that cause gluts to happen. People nowadays prefer to shop online because it is convenient, and online shopping is the trend of in this day and age. Then people do not need to pay for the parking fee, so this can save their money and their time. It can help consumers to save their time and their energy because they do not need to go to the shop to get their stuff. They can get their stuff within few days through online shopping. Therefore, the demand curve will move to the left from DD0 become DD1. So, a new equilibrium is formed and the quantity demand falls become Q1 and the price falls become T1. So in conclusion, Trend and this is the factor that makes gluts happen.
One of the factors that cause in this issue is consumer income. Consumer income is the money that a consumer earns from work or investment. Income determined by choices that made in market. Limited incomes allocate those income across combinations of goods and services that are affordable. The greater the incomes of people, the greater will be their demands of goods. The higher demand for leisure, the lower the labor supply. If the substitution effect greater than the income, the wage increase, the labor supply also increase. When an individual's income increase, their ability to purchase goods and services increase, and this causes demand to increase. But when an individual's income decrease, their ability to purchase decrease, and this causes demand decreases. Low consumer income will cause gluts happen.
Gross domestic product is final value of the goods and services within the boundary of a country during a specific period of time. GDP growth rate is an important indicator of the economic performance of a country. Growth rate is negative, that means economy grows slowly. Slow economic growth usually leads to unemployment. Unemployment affects individual and his family. If a man didn't have income resource, the family only go to the grocery shop to buy daily supplies. However, they do not have extra money to go shopping mall to buy luxury things. If the GDP is low, it causes unemployment and they have a lot of unemployed. After that, unemployed do not have extra money to spend on shopping. So, they will not go to shopping mall that is high expenditure because they can't afford to pay for extra expenditure. Low GDP rate will cause glut happen. Income of consumer will cause low GDP rate, and which cause the demand curve will shift to the left from D0 to D1. So will cause the quantity decrease from Q0 to Q1. We also decrease from P0 to P1. We also decrease from P0 to P1.
The next factor is urbanization and development. Nowadays, more areas are being developed. This leads to an increase in the number of housing areas, schools, hospitals, and many more to accommodate the growing number of community. These certain areas, which used to be a small town, turn into an urban city, making developers see it as an opportunity to build shopping malls. For example, here in Sabah, we have Dorongan, which used to be a small town. Now they have two shopping malls built there, which is ITCC and Megalong. However, urbanization leads to an increase in property value, which results in higher shop lot rents. This causes many shop lots in the shopping malls to be vacant, which eventually leads to glut. So, as you can see, the demand curve for goods will shift to the right due to the growing number of community, while the supply curve remains the same because there is not much that the market can offer. This results in the increase in price and the quantity demanded. Thank you.
The last factor of glut is lack of entertainment. Older shopping malls these days are lack of entertainment. New shopping malls nowadays are not just a place to buy and sell, but also a social place for people to render views for entertainment. Entertainment that have been provided in the shopping mall can attract the customer to come. For an example, Imago shopping mall that is located in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, have a lot of entertainment. Sabah have many festivals and the mall always decorate it by decorating the interior and the outside of the mall. They also have lucky draws, book festival, and even boot camp for the kids play. When there is Halloween days, they will build the ghost house that can be entered when the customer purchase Rm 100 ringgit in one receipt for the ticket entry. Because of that, the customer will buy stuff in the mall so that they can enter the ghost house. Entertainment and mall are complementary. Complementary is good that are created along with one another. As you can see, when there is a lack of entertainment, the curve D1 will decrease from D0 to D1. The price will decrease from P0 to P1 and the quantity will decrease from Q0 to Q1. That's it. Thank you.
My
1976. Invisible hands is a concept that even without any observable intervention, free markets will determine an equilibrium in supply and demand for goods. Free market scenario is where there are no rules or regulation restricted by the government. If someone charges less, the customer will prefer to buy from him. Therefore, you have to lower your price or offer something better than your competitor. The market price will automatically occur from the actions of firms and supplies. This is the graph where market equilibrium is achieved, where the demand is equal to supply. The next question is, how does the invisible hand deal with shortage? For example, a good was in short supply. At current price, demand was greater than supply, which will lead to queues. In this case, firms have an incentive to increase price, or firms has an incentive to increase supply, which will let them invest in their production. The net effect is that price will rise until it will reach equilibrium to overcome shortage. Thank you.